Trey, in one or two words, how would you describe our family?
Big.
Social and accepting. I don't think there's ever been anybody ever come to the Alpine Inn or outside of the family that just didn't feel loved.
Cool.
I would say fun-loving. They are fun and they are loving.
Here's Alpine in 2 words.
Late visits.
Alpine store.
Marriage tryouts.
Friendly mice.
Volleyball trash talk. And cold milk.
One of my most memorable Alpine memories was when I was just 6 or 7. It's one of my earliest memories at all. And we were playing with a group of cousins in the field over by the cabins for the older cousins. And while we were playing, a moose appeared in the field. And I don't remember if it was Uncle Dave or Uncle Glenn, but one of them rushed us into one of the cabins and started piling furniture at the door so that the moose wouldn't be able to come near us or threaten us. And those of you who were older who might have been there will have to help me. I don't know if the moose charged or ran through the field or what it did, but I am eternally grateful for Uncle Dave or Uncle Glenn delivering us from the moose.
Lucy, what is your favorite memory of Alpine?
Alpine dance.
Some of my favorite memories of Grandpa Johnson are when he used to put us in the bucket loader of his tractor and lifted us up. I remember we had probably 12 cousins in there one time. And Grandma, I think one of my very favorite memories was when Jackie and I were staying the night at her house, and we stayed up late, and we got up in the middle of the night because we heard noises, and it was Grandma up, and we said hi to her, and she asked us if we wanted a midnight snack, and we thought the best thing in the whole world was a snack. Usually is just something really small. Grandma made us a whole feast. She took all the frozen pizza rolls and everything she had in the freezer and leftover desserts, and we just thought it was the most grand thing we'd ever had.
I marveled that even though we were poor potato farmers, that every special occasion was amazing.
It ain't Alpine if there's no competition.
Are you watching your
Hey Amy, are my girls in the lodge? Have they noticed? Jump, don't jump. Keep it going.
Go, Mom.
Have you been sleeping or just trying to get in?
Obviously, those with lighter kids are going to have an advantage.
We had tremendous freedom growing up on the farm. We didn't have many rules and we were free to roam. Some of our favorite things to do were to float the river on inner tubes. The girls liked to make playhouses out of the chicken coop or a shed or even hay bales. And at night we sometimes had a bonfire where we roasted marshmallows and sang songs. We also learned how to work really hard on the farm. And that's been one of the best life lessons I've taken from the farm, was to work hard and work together.
One of my most memorable Alpines was the year that Natalie got sick. She was pretty young at the time and had a flare-up of her diabetes.
I remember Aunt Cliffy called the doctor and he asked us to rush her to Idaho Falls. Since I was a nurse, I went with Natalie and her mom and Grandma and Grandpa Johnson late at night. I remember Aunt Cliffy was quite anxious to get there and was going about 70 miles an hour around the corners. And Grandma and Grandpa in the back seat, I still remember the look on their faces, but we made it there safely and met with the doctor, and then he sent us home with some IVs. I remember taking care of Natalie in the red velvet room at Grandma Johnson's house and hanging her IVs during the night. I remember this because the next morning I got up and talked to Grandma and Aunt Cliffy all about life and love. And I kept asking them, how do you know when you've met the right one? And I remember them just saying, you'll just know. And that night I met my husband, and I knew.
But I don't think you can get more extreme than the Santa Lucia parade that we did. I don't remember how long ago, but I do know that I had a baby in arms and a few little children in white dresses. But I thought that was pretty great because it was a really cool experience to be part of, because everybody had such a great attitude about it. And that's the Johnson family. Everyone's got a great attitude towards the activities that they do, and they jump in, and no matter how extreme or crazy, we're all happy to do it. And it's
I think Alpine is heavenly. One time I had a dream that I got to heaven and it was Alpine, and I was totally okay with that.